Early in the pandemic, we'll accept that the virus was an unknown quantity. But don't you think that when the true impact of lockdowns emerges, I think most of us are aware that we've paid a huge price, that will impact his legacy, Henry?
It will, but you can look back on these things and you can say, well, and if we're really objective about it, really unbiased and objective, you look at the information that he had and that the country had, and actually making the right set of decisions and making those decisions at the right time was incredibly difficult. And at the end of the day, how have we fared compared to other countries? People can go and look at that. But I think we did very well. When you come to balance healthcare with the economy and the longer-term interests of the country, I think he did very well, but he was a slow starter.
I mean, literally, he has achieved very, very little in terms of transforming our country. And the simple fact is, Boris came into politics to be a celebrity, not to manage things, not to be on top of detailed, in charge of things.
Vaccine rollout, Brexit, swift exit from the pandemic.
Indeed.
3 major achievements.
In 3 years. And it doesn't matter if he...
were going to happen, whoever was there.
Well, that's easier said than done.
I think that's a bit disrespectful even for you, because look, if we look at Europe, France, where the far right are taking control of the centre of politics there. The Italians' economic problems, the Germans' the economy is struggling. All across Europe, there are massive political issues. We had a leader who came in. We had a massive political issue around Brexit, which could have really torn this country apart. But Boris, as a leader, found us a way through that.
But their economies are growing better than ours.
We have the lowest rate of unemployment in generations. And our economy is still fundamentally sound.
And there are 24 nations in Europe, in the European Union, that have inflation at a higher rate than us. So,
hang on, we're about to hit 11%.
But what are they about to hit? They're already at 14 and so on. So if it's very easy to sit on this island and forget that there's a world out there. And actually, yes, we've struggled, and yes, there are problems, but actually, Boris has navigated us through luck or by judgment along the way through that route in such a way that we're actually not nearly as badly off as many of our neighbours. And that's what we've got to remember. He's actually done rather well and better than some of the leaders in Europe.
Ken and Kulveer believe that Boris's time was up. You think he should have carried on and fought his corner, Henry. Can I ask each of you, before we finish this, for a rating out of 10 for Boris Johnson's premiership? Ken?
0. He's the worst Prime Minister of my life.
Oh, even from you, Ken, that's a bit churlish.
No.
Harsh.
See, I have never known anyone in my life lie as much as Boris Johnson. And that literally is... You can't do that in politics.
OK, Henry, out of 10, a rating for Boris Johnson.
I'd love to split it into leadership, character, delivery and so on. But overall, I'll probably give him 6.5, 7 points.
Pretty generous, considering that you are a political rival, former leader of UKIP. And Kulveer, how about you?
We might be allies at some point.
On the big challenges, when it mattered, he provided the leadership and he dealt with the challenges that this country faced. And I think because of that, I'd give him probably a 7, 7.5 out of 10.